guys, I'm Anita and I'm back with another video. Today I wanted to share with you my February TBR because February is already started. As I'm filming with this, it's the 2nd of February, so it's about time I get to share with you what my plans are for the month. I'm not gonna do Bookoply this month because I have a couple of other things I want to do. As I said in my latest TBR video, I want to do Bookoply when I don't have anything. So I have sort of a wiggle room to sort of do fun video ideas I have in my head. So the first books I'm going to talk about today are books that were published in 1994, because I did previously a blog where I tried to read books that were published in 1988 and finding 5-star reads from that year, because those are the only years that I don't have any 5-star books. So I decided now it's time to check out 1994 so I can see if I can find a couple of books that was 5 stars that were published in 1994. Currently I have actually 4 books on my TBR, but we'll see if I find a 5-star before I will just stop reading. But I will read the 2 main books no matter what. But I would also like to read, I have 2 audios as well, but yeah, but I'm not gonna read more than these. If I don't find it, then I'll revisit it at another time. But first up, I have A Fearsome Engine by Iain M. Banks. This is one of the SF Masterworks. It was published in 1994. I don't know very much about it. I've heard of Iain Banks before, but I feel like the book series I was familiar with is sort of a competition-like thing. So it sounds a little bit sort of dystopian-like, but also sort of, it might be in a sci-fi, but in a sort of made-up place. So sort of sci-fi fantasy, so it's sort of a blend. I'm not sure. He has a lot of books if I like this one. So I've heard of Consider Phoebus before, and The Play of the Games, I think that's the one I was thinking about. But as I said, it was published in 1994. Apparently he passed away in 2013, which is sad, but you know, some of these are very old, so not super surprising. Another book that I have on my TBR is one I've had so long, and I've actually have both these books so long, so it's a good thing that I'm going to get to them. The first one, this one is The Beekeeper's Apprentice by Laurie R. King. This is also on my sort of a 5-star prediction of mine, so I have high hopes that I'll enjoy this one and give it 5 stars, but we'll see. This is a Sherlock Holmes retelling, following a girl who becomes an apprentice, I think, to Sherlock Holmes. So yeah, sounds fun. Then I also have a couple of audios that was published in 94 that I would like to work on. One of those is A Taste for Murder by Claudia Bishop. This is a cozy mystery series, so I've actually had this on my TBR for so long, but never got around to it, so I thought it was fine. I don't think it's gonna be 5 stars, but I'm gonna try it out because it's published that year, so. And finally I have It Had to Be You by Susan Elizabeth Phillips. Another, this is a romance. I don't know if it's historical romance, but I think it's just contemporary romance. I have no idea what type of book it is, but I've also had this one on my TBR for a really long time. So actually all of them are some I've had on my list for a long time but never gotten around to them. So next up I have things that I'm currently working on, and I have to pick out 2 new ones. In January I was supposed to read from these 2 books, but I never touched them. I just wasn't in the mood for them at all, so whoops. Actually I have 2 books that I'm currently working on. I'm carrying over to February. One of them is 12 Kings by Bradley P. Beaulieu. I didn't get around to finish it. I am 244 pages in. Hope to get somewhere in this today, but we'll see. I'm hoping to finish this in the beginning of the month, but we will see. I am enjoying it. It's just that it takes a lot of effort for me to read such a big fantasy book, so I put it down to try and get some reading in of some of my other books and then revisit it later. And then I read, I think, about 50 pages since then, but I will take it with me into the next month. Because I found out I don't like not having any romance in my reading for a long stretch of time. So I've been reading romances before I fell asleep in the evenings a lot. So right now I'm currently working on Off the Beaten Path by Madison Wright. This is, I'm 40% into it and I'm enjoying it quite a lot. So I'll probably finish that over in the next coming days as well. It's a lot of fun. I love the banter between the 2 characters, so I'm looking forward to finishing it. And one I forgot about in January that I was supposed to read was Kenny McGregor's Night of Darkness, so I'll try and revisit it this month. It's my body read with Janet, so I have to check with her if she's okay with reading it in February, because since I completely forgot about it in January and feel bad about it. But so I'm going to pick a couple of new books that I'm going to try and work on my currently reading books. So let's shake up these. I put down the 2 ones from last month. I'll start out by picking out one. If it's a short book, no, I'll pick 2 because I don't know exactly. I don't have a ton of pages in this, so I don't think it's going to be a big problem. Let's see. First up, we have. I don't know if you can. It will focus today. It just won't focus. So it says Dream Fever by Karen Marie Moning. I put my TBR card here, so let's see if I can find it. Dream Fever by Karen Marie Moning. I have about 100 pages left of this, so this is perfect. I could definitely try and finish that over the next month. And another one I started last year. I'm not very much in the mood for this, but we'll see about it. Where is it? Because it says The Graveyard Apartment by Maria Koike. This one I got 100 pages into in my hunt for 88 books from 88. And I wasn't in a horror mood. I'm still not super in the horror mood, but I'll try and see if I can get around to it. Maybe if I finish the other one, I'll be happy, but I have this on my to-go read. If I don't have anything else to read, I'll try and see if I can work on it. So those were all of the physical book reading that I'm going to try and work on over February. But I also have a stack of audiobooks that I am intending on reading. First up, we have the Stacking of the Serious books, and I had to push Cable and Conjurers into February because it doesn't come out on audio until somewhere around this time. It says that it said on Storytel that it would come out in February. I don't remember the exact date, but I've liked it, so added it to my shelf so I get notified when it's there. Which is the last book in the Vampire Knitting Club series. I don't think there's gonna be more, I don't know. Then we have Treachery in Death by J.D. Robb. I am currently working on Indulgence in Death and really enjoying it, hoping to finish that probably over Monday. But I also have the next one, obviously Treachery in Death, which is book 32, I believe. Then I have The Body in the Library by Agatha Christie, the second book in the Miss Marple series. I have a Barbarian Lover by Ruby Dixon. This is book 3 in the something about barbarian aliens, but I've forgotten the actual name of it now. And finally, I have the third book in the Desperate Duchesses series, and I'm going to be reading Duchess by Night. So those are the 5 books I have on my list for February. We will see. Some of them are very short, so it could be that I will be able to get through it rather quickly, but Treachery in Death and Duchess by Night are definitely longer audios, but we'll see how it goes. I also have a couple of Choice Awards books that I would like to work on, but I only put 2 on this month because I have so many audios already. And those are The Book of Doors by Gareth Brown. This is was nominated in the fantasy category for the Goodreads Choice Awards this year. I don't know anything about it, but I think it's something about different worlds, probably. I don't know, traveling in between doors. I don't know. And then we have The Family Experiment by John Marrs. This was nominated in the sci-fi category. I've recently seen a lot of very great reviews of it, so I'm looking forward to it quite a bit. I've never read anything by John Marrs before, so if I like his stuff, I'll definitely try and find and read some of his other books. But it sounds like some fun kind of sci-fi that's easy to get into. And finally, I know that I have Home Before Dark by Riley Sager that's coming in from my library loans. I've had it reserved for a while. I'd forgotten about that, and so it comes in, I think, sometime next week. So I'll have to try and find time to read that as well in the month. So yeah, those are all of my plans for this February. Let me know in the comments down below what plans you have for February. Have you read any of the books that I'm planning on reading, and are you excited about some of my thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd really like to know. And yeah, felt a little bit bad that I didn't get around to any of my currently reading books, but it was probably the worst books I could have picked for myself. And with everything else I had, I just I actually read a lot in January, I felt like, so I'm not mad about it. And I did finish a book that I had started, so another book that I had started on, so I'm not too mad about it, but still, yeah, could have been doing better. But sometimes that's how things goes. Anyway, yeah, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Bye.